Welcome to Spiritual Geography. I'm Joni Miller. I talk all the time about love being the basis of spirituality. It's even in the statement at the end of each of my videos. We can grow more love for ourselves, love for others, and love for the infinite mystery that lays beyond our understanding. But what if I'm wrong about love? My spirituality was shaped by two experiences that illustrate love to me. The first was when I was a freshman in college and a Christian evangelizer came to my dorm room. I'd never been exposed to that kind of Christianity before and was kind of flabbergasted with the thought that many Christians believe that only Christians get into heaven. I decided then and there that a God who excludes anyone for something so arbitrary is not a God I wish to worship. Either heaven is for everyone or I'd be happy to go somewhere else. A country club heaven is not a place I wish to spend eternity. The second experience was the day my brother died when I was 39. His was a sudden death and very jarring. A few hours after he died, I was all alone in his living room and I heard our deceased grandmother calling his name as if she was greeting him. A swirl of the most intense emotion surrounded me. Great love, passionate joy, and a powerful sense of connectedness, like I'd never experienced. Meditation sometimes brings me close to that place of love. I sometimes reach a place of deep stillness with a sense of peace and compassion that feels as if love is at the core of everything. And feels as if love like that is available to all people while alive or after death, regardless of what they believe or don't believe, and regardless of what they do or don't do while in human form, or did or didn't do. But what if I'm wrong about love? What if I'm wrong about everything? I conceptualize spiritual geography as a mountain with infinite ways of climbing the mountain of spirituality to the top, where one has a wider vista. What would only one viable path up the mountain look like? Then we'd have to guess which path it is, because even religions change their beliefs over time. A lot of religious people don't want to think about that, but it is completely true. Roman Catholicism looks very different from its establishment, which the church dates back to when Jesus told Peter that he was the rock upon which Jesus would build his church. And there have been just a few million changes in the church in over 2,000 years. The thousands of Protestant sects, including evangelical Christians, look different from each other and look different from when Martin Luther nailed his 95 Theses to his church door in 1517. One of the biggest points of contention between Luther and the Catholic Church was the correctness of buying favor, selling indulgences for misdeeds to absolve sin. Do something bad, but God will forgive you if you pay enough money to a priest. Luther disagreed with that. Then Luther also had heated arguments with others who were also breaking away from the Catholic Church over whether the communion elements were the actual blood and body of Christ, which the Catholic Church believed, and Luther agreed with that. Others said they were representative and not the actual body and blood. Intense verbal blows followed, and different denominations sprung up as a result. Humans have argued for millennia over points of religion that today seem ludicrous. I could also talk about 4,000 years of Hinduism, or about Buddhism, Islam, Judaism, even spiritualism and other spiritual but not religious type things. What people believe as the ultimate truth today is very different from what people believed under the same banner as the ultimate truth even 100 years ago. And what aspects of their belief system they hold as sacred, what things are non-negotiables, are different. So, if I'm wrong about love being the basis of all forms of spirituality, that opens the door to the possibility there's only one path up the mountain. No one person has the definitive answer as to what is correct, so how would we even know where this elusive path is and how to make our way up? Since there would be only one path, it'd be crowded. We'd have to push people out of our way to make any sort of progress. If we exclude the correct certain segment of the population, do we then get some sort of hint that lets us get a few steps closer? That sounds ludicrous, ridiculous, and just as ridiculous as those who believe they can legislate faith. In the 1960s, there was an attempt in psychological research to look at religiosity in two categories: those with intrinsic religious motivations, taking their faith to heart, and those with extrinsic religious motivations, those who were using religion as a means to an end. The scales fell apart because spirituality is more complicated than that, and spirituality continues to be very difficult to measure. But there are some things that are known. When asking for self-reported religious measures, such as how often you pray or attend worship services, there is a component that may be impacted by social desirability. If I think I'm supposed to pray every day, then I'll be more likely to answer daily on that question rather than what may be the truth. People will lie about what they believe in order to be seen as good. Putting copies of the Ten Commandments in classrooms doesn't change anyone's heart. And wouldn't that be the goal? To change hearts and not merely have people echoing the phrases they know they are expected to say. No, I can't abandon love as the primary component of spirituality. I can't be wrong about love. People experience this divine love in religion and outside of religion, when they're performing rituals or standing next to the ocean. They experience divine love in their newborn's gaze and in their parents' dying breath, in studying the stars in astrology and living the Eightfold Path in Buddhism. Deepening love is never wrong, however it comes about. I will keep saying that we can grow more love, healing ourselves and growing more love, healing relationships and finding compassion for others and growing more love. And yes, finding the ways to connect to that which is transcendent and grow more love. there have to be innumerable paths up the mountain of spirituality, although sometimes it feels as if we have to just poke our way through the thorns and underbrush to move forward. But we can keep moving with love, through love, and moving toward love. We don't understand the mysteries of the universe, but we can grow more love. Love for ourselves, love for others, and love for the infinite mystery that lays beyond our understanding. Thank you for tuning in.